Hey everyone, if you're running a business these days, you are, whether you like it or not, in the digital marketing business. But let's be real, navigating that world can feel, well, pretty overwhelming. That's why today we're going to build a simple step-by-step roadmap to take you from being practically invisible online to being a real force.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Does it ever feel like your business is just invisible online? Like you have an amazing product, a fantastic service, but trying to cut through all that digital noise feels next to impossible. If you're nodding your head right now, don't worry. You are in exactly the right place.
So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to build that roadmap together. We'll start with the absolute fundamentals of just getting found. Then we'll talk about creating a real community. And finally, we'll peek over the horizon to see what's coming next so you can future-proof your brand. Let's dive in.
All right, so part one. This is all about laying the groundwork. I want you to think of it like building a house. Before you can even think about decorating, you need to build the walls and put in a front door so people can actually find you and come inside. Well, in the digital world, that foundation, that's search marketing.
So what in the world is search engine marketing, or SEM? To put it really simply, it's the art and science of making sure that when someone goes to Google and types in a search for what you offer, your business pops up. It's all about being the answer to their question right at the exact moment they're asking it. Now, this is where a lot of people get a little confused, so let's break it down. SEM really has two main engines. You've got paid ads, also known as PPC, where you're essentially paying for a top spot in those search results. And then you've got SEO, which is all about earning that spot organically over time. Think of it like this. One is renting your spot, the other is owning it. You really need a strategy for both if you want to win. I know, this can sound super complicated, but honestly, getting started boils down to three main steps. First, you've got to do your keyword research. You need to figure out the exact words and phrases your customers are typing into that search bar. Then, you write ads that speak directly to what they're looking for. And finally, you manage your bids to make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck.
Okay, so once you've got these up and running, the name of the game becomes optimization. And this isn't just a random list. These are some seriously powerful tools. For example, improving your quality score, that's Google's way of rewarding you for having really relevant ads, and it can actually make your ads cheaper. And tracking conversions is absolutely crucial. That's how you know which ads are actually making you money, not just getting clicks. All right, so your foundation is solid. People can actually find you now. What's next? Well, you've got to turn that house into a home. So in part two, we're going to talk about moving beyond those first clicks and into building real, lasting connections. It's all about building a community.
Look, a strong community doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It all starts with a solid strategy. Before you even think about posting anything, you have to know your goals. Are you trying to get more website traffic or just build brand awareness? You also have to really know your audience. Pick the platforms where they actually hang out and keep your branding consistent across the board so people recognize you in a heartbeat.
So what do you actually post for this community? Well, the key word here is variety. You can't just be online shouting, "Buy my stuff," 24/7. A really healthy content mix has a little bit of everything. Some eye-catching visuals, engaging videos, and definitely some interactive stuff, like polls and questions that actually invite people into a conversation. It's about giving value, not just asking for a sale.
And this quote right here, it hits the nail on the head. Social media is not a megaphone, it's a telephone. It's supposed to be a conversation. When people take the time to comment or send you a message, you have to engage back. Being responsive, being a real person, that's how you build trust and turn casual followers into true fans. And that right there, that is the whole point of all this social media effort. The goal isn't just some vanity metric like how many followers you have. It's about building a tribe, a loyal community of people who not only trust your brand, but who will go out and actively recommend you to others.
Okay, we've built the foundation. We've started fostering a community. Now for the really fun part. Part 3, the horizon. Let's talk about the smart home upgrades for your digital house, the future trends that are going to keep you way ahead of the curve.
You know, the future of all this can really be boiled down to one big idea. Marketing is getting a lot smarter. The technology is changing so fast it's almost dizzying, and it's completely transforming how we connect with customers. And here's just a little taste of what that smarter future actually looks like. We're talking about AI that can personalize an ad for every single person who sees it. We're talking about voice search, which means we have to start thinking about how people actually talk, not just how they type. And then you have these amazing tools like augmented reality and chatbots that are completely reinventing the customer experience from the ground up. I mean, just think about this example for a second. An online furniture store uses augmented reality so you can literally use your phone's camera to see how that new sofa will look in your own living room before you buy it. That's not science fiction anymore. That's happening right now. And for online shopping, that's an absolute game changer.
See? That's what's so brilliant about this. This tech isn't just some cool gimmick. It's about creating these richer, more immersive experiences that solve a real customer problem. In this case, will this couch even fit in my apartment? And when you do that, you build a much, much deeper connection with your brand.
Whew. Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground, right? From the absolute basics of getting found with search, to building a community on social media, all the way to peeking at the future of tech. So let's pull all these pieces together and see what this roadmap looks like in action.
This little timeline here really lays out our entire roadmap perfectly. It all starts with getting found. That was our then, using search engine marketing. The now is all about building that community with social media. And the next is all about innovation, about embracing these new technologies to get ready for the future.
So look, if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. Digital marketing is never done. It's not a task you can just check off a to-do list. It's a continuous journey. It's a constant process of learning new things, adapting to changes, and always finding better ways to connect with the people you want to serve.
Because at the end of the day, your digital journey is never really finished. There's always going to be a new platform, a new technology, a new way to connect. So the only real question left is, are you ready for what's next?